Welcome to the Miami Sports Vibes YouTube channel, here for my Week 16 NFL predictions. Man, Week 16, the season is almost wrapped up. We got some good ones in store here. Let's waste no time and get right into it. Finally, a good Thursday night matchup. We start things off with the Denver Broncos taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are at home here. They're favored by -2.5. A lot of people are probably like, listen, man, why are the Chargers favored? Denver is way better than them. Listen, the Chargers defense is pretty damn solid. Now, shout out to my uncle because I asked him, what am I not seeing here? Denver Broncos defense is also good as well. Listen, the Chargers rely on their running game and their defense. They're at home. It's hard to beat a team twice. This is a division game, and the Chargers absolutely need this game. So does Denver, though. They're both fighting for wild card spots because they're both in the same division as the Chiefs. I think this is going to be an awesome competitive game. You talk about two great coaches in Sean Payton and Harbaugh here. I'm excited for this one, but I'm going to lean with the favorite. I'm going to take the Chargers and also lay the 2.5 here as well. Next game, the Houston Texans taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a Saturday 1 o'clock game, folks. The Chiefs are at home. They're favored by 3.5 points. Ooh, man, that's a tough one. I'm going to say the Chiefs win this game, but I'm going to pick the Texans plus 3.5. I'm still waiting for C.J. Stroud to have a nice little convincing game. I think he is way too good of a player to have these mid performances like he's been having. I know the offensive line, looks pretty bad out there, but still, man, I really expected CJ Stroud after his season last year to go ahead and ball the hell out. I picked him in every fantasy league. I've mentioned this so many times on this stream, but come on, man. I think they cover the 3.5 though. So give me the Chiefs, but the Texans plus 3.5. Next game, the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game is in Baltimore. Another Saturday game. I think this is going to be a great one, by the way. Listen, the Ravens, after a beatdown against the Giants and the Steelers losing to the Eagles, the Steelers want to bounce back here. Mike Tomlin, is very rare that you're going to see him get spanked twice. So the fact that this is a 6.5 point line, I think it's a little bit disrespectful to the Steelers. They are dealing with some injuries, but who isn't at this point? I like the Steelers plus 6.5, but I'm going to take the Ravens to win this game. They're at home. They lost to Pittsburgh earlier. I don't think that they'll lose twice to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They absolutely need this game. This first place, you could pretty much, they're playing for first place here. This is a very important game, but I'm going to take the Ravens, but that's 6.5. No matter who's out for the Steelers, they're just a team that you trust to cover spreads like that. So division game, I'll take the 6.5. Hey, maybe if you have a boost out there, bump it up to 7.5, put a little boost on there, see what you could get. But I'm going with the Ravens and the Steelers plus 6.5. Then we go into the Sunday slate. Division matchup as well here. You got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. DTR is going to be the starting quarterback for the Browns. It's not going to be Jameis Winston, everybody. So because of that, I am not going to take the Browns plus 7.5. I'm actually going to take the Bengals laying 7.5. I think they win this one. I think they win this one big. They're at home. Cleveland is a mess this year. If there was anything that I liked about Cleveland, is kind of Jameis Winston just keeping them in. Backdoor covers are available, but he's out. I don't like DTR as a quarterback. I think he's super mid, if not worse than mid. Give me the Bengals and give me the Bengals minus 7.5. The next game, got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Panthers. Panthers were favored last week against the Cowboys, and they freaking lost. I told you guys, don't fall for that. I picked the Cowboys, and I'm glad I did, but the Cardinals are coming into town here. All right, Cardinals haven't been playing that well. They did win, which they were supposed to, against New England. They're fighting for first place. It's them and the Rams, and they have a huge matchup, I believe, on Christmas Day. That's going to be awesome to watch. They need this game, though. They want to be in position for that game to kind of be the end-all, be-all of the season. Cardinals are going to go into this game fired up. This is basically the rest of the season. It's pretty much must-win territory because the Rams are right there. The Rams have an easy game this Sunday against the New York Jets. So you gotta control what you gotta control here. Cardinals, I expect a big performance from them. If they want to be a playoff team, they have to show up this Sunday against the Panthers. I am absolutely laying the 4.5, and I am taking the Arizona Cardinals because I believe that they will do that. Shout out to Kyler Murray. I see a big game for him coming up. The Eagles taking on the Commanders. The Commanders are at home here. They're getting 3.5 points. I am going to go ahead and take the division rival Commanders to cover the 3.5 points. I don't think the Eagles, it's going to be hard to beat a team twice, let alone hard to beat them convincingly when they're in your division. So I'm getting a 3.5 with the hook. I will take that. I think the Eagles win this game, though, because, like I said, Jaden Daniels, I've said this many times, he's clearly hurt. He's not the same Jaden Daniels that we were seeing in the beginning of the season. There seems to be a drop off there. So because of that, I'm going to roll with the Eagles. They've shown me more, but I'm going to take the Commanders plus the 3.5. Next game, the New York Giants taking on the Falcons. This is going to be the first look we get to see of Michael Penix. Kirk Cousins have had a very bad year, and they're 7-7. They're kind of, in there fighting for their division, and they went over to Penix on week 16, which is crazy to me. They're at home, favored by 7.5. Rookie quarterback here. Are you going to lay 7.5 with a rookie quarterback's first game, towards right in the midst of a season? I know the Giants suck, but I'm going to take the Giants to cover plus 7.5, but I'm going to take the Falcons to win this game. Either way, I'm excited to see what Penix got out there for Atlanta. Next game, the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Colts obviously must-win territory. They need things to kind of break loose their way. They're like similar to the Dolphins. They need things to go their way. They need a lot of help, but they have to win this game if they want to stay alive in the playoff hunt. Colts minus 3.5, and straight up, I will take both. Do not trust Tennessee at all. Next, the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. The Lions are coming off a loss here to Buffalo. I really expected them to win their game. I thought they would. Being at home, I thought it mattered. But Josh Allen, he was on a mission from the get-go. And there was no looking back, man. So Buffalo absolutely needed that game, and they made a statement, man. They really did. So Lions are playing the Bears. The Bears look like a disaster, man. They got spanked by the Vikings. I don't think I can trust them at all to even cover here. Give me the Lions and the Lions minus 6.5. Even though this game is in Chicago, I will roll with that. Next game, the Rams taking on the Jets at MetLife Stadium. The Jets with a win over Jacksonville last week, which I absolutely like because the Jets are eliminated, but I do not, the higher draft pick they get or lower, the better it is for me. So I absolutely enjoyed that Jets win. That meant nothing but, a worse draft pick. Rams here, I mentioned it with the Cardinals. They're in the same position. They're fighting for first place in their division. They're going against easy teams. You got the Cardinals playing the Panthers, the Rams playing the Jets. I think both of those teams show up and make the next week's game against each other must-see TV. Rams, I'm going to lay the 3, and I'm going to say they win this game. Matthew Stafford playing at MetLife Stadium against the Jets. He should be able to shred them apart. So give me the Rams on that one. Next, you got the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Seahawks. This game is in Seattle. Seattle, I thought they would kind of have a chance and put up a better fight against the Packers, but that clearly wasn't the case. Man, I actually did. Even though I picked the Packers, and the Packers with the points, but I just expected more, man. Is this going to be the time that Seattle shows up? I say yes. Give me the Seahawks plus the 3, but give me the Vikings to win this game straight up. How could you not pick Minnesota? They really are answering so many doubts that I have had continuously. Sam Darnold is delivering. Jordan Addison is now coming alive. Aaron Jones has been consistent. Justin Jefferson is who he is. This defense blitzing like crazy. Yo, the Vikings look freaking good, man. They really, really do. So I'm going to pick the Vikings, but I think the 12-man at Seattle's try to make a little impact here, and I like them covering the plus 3. Next game, the Patriots taking on the Bills. The Bills are at home. They're laying 14.5 points, which is a huge number against a division opponent. So Patriots roster looks so bad. Their coach is bad. Drake May looks all right. You know what? Let me pick the Patriots plus 14.5. But I will take the Bills to win this game in Buffalo. They should be able to do that, but let me have the Patriots cover here. Next, the 49ers taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are the favorite by 1.5. This is pretty much a pick'em game. I said it on my preview. I think that the Dolphins lose this game. It wouldn't shock me if they win. So I'm going to take the 49ers, though, to win this game, and the 49ers plus the 1.5 points. Do not trust McDaniel getting a win over Shanahan, point blank, period. Next game, the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Raiders. Two teams that are bad, two teams that are fighting for a higher draft pick. Who wins? Who wants to lose more? Listen, Jacksonville looked like they were trying to win that game against the Jets. They really, 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 really did. So I'm going to take Jacksonville to win this game. I don't think the Raiders want it. I think the Raiders are all in on Shedeur Sanders, and they're trying to do everything possible to make sure that they get that man. I don't think they're risking anything here. Even though Jacksonville has a quarterback, I think they're playing it safe. I like the Jaguars here. I'll take the Jaguars and the Jaguars plus the 1.5, even though weirdly so, the Raiders are the favorite. Next game, Sunday Night Football. You got the Tampa Bay Bucks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are not the favorite on this one, even though they're at home. Tampa Bay Bucks are laying 3.5. They're the favorite. I'm going to go with the Bucks to win this game, and I'm also going to lay the 3.5 points. I think Mike Evans has a huge game on this one, and I think the Buccaneers kind of handle these Cowboys easily. And then the Monday Nighter, you got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Packers. I mean, terrible game on Monday night. Unfortunate to see a 14.5-point spread at Lambeau Field. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and take that, man. Give me the Packers and give me the Packers minus the 14.5. And those are my Week 16 NFL predictions. Let me know what's your upset of the week. I mean, there's potential here. There's potential upsets here all across the board. Let me know your upset of the week on the comments below if you have one. If not, gamble responsibly if you're gambling. Enjoy the NFL games, and I will catch you guys next week. Look, listen, Steelers could beat the Ravens. All right. Look, a lot of division games. There is high potential here. Enjoy the games, everyone. I will catch you guys next week for another picks and predictions against the spread. Subscribe to the channel and hit that thumbs up button to support as well. Catch you guys later.